If possible, I really wish that you weren't my
card
because I'm not a good
player.
What is your name?
If you didn't get what that clip was about, it just means that I underestimated Canio. Hello and welcome back to Legendary Joker Explain Thing. My brain not good. Today's topic is Canio, as requested by this comment. Previously, I said I didn't want to spoil myself while researching these Jokers, and turns out Yorick and Canio are in the same aspect of not being real. Kind of. They also apparently have the themes of death in common, though not in the same meaning. What do I mean by that? All I gotta say is, there's a reason he's not smiling in his Joker portrait. We'll explore that later in his lore, but for now, let's talk about the gameplay, shall we?
Who you gonna call, huh? Who you gonna call? The police.
Canio is, for the 4th time in the series, one of the 5 legendary Jokers of Balatro. He's gay. I mean, the grey one. You can get him, as usual, by getting the soul card from either the Arcana or Spectral packs. Canio's ability is to provide X malt to all played hands, starting with ×1 malt and getting ×1 more malt whenever you destroy a face card. So, for example, you get Canio. You start with ×1 malt, then you destroy a face card, it becomes ×2 malt. You destroy 2 face cards after that, you get ×4 malt, so on and so forth. Canio has one of the best X malt Joker abilities in the game, and in terms of scaling, you can arguably say that he is the strongest one. Arguably. A single Arcana pack that contains Hangman, which destroys 2 of your cards, can instantly boost Canio to 3x malt. That's literally the same as a Cavendish banana with only 1 consumable and 2 destroyed cards. Also, without having to wait until Gross Michelle breaks first, which sometimes can either take a single run or 3 fucking antis later to not even use it as the build doesn't even need it anymore. Sorry, PTSD from the first runs of Balatro. But besides that, if you strategize properly and if you wouldn't mind not using the Baron Blueprint tactic, then you could easily beat the game with Canio. I mean, you can still use the Baron tactic of Mass Freaking Kings, but it would involve a bit more strategizing, which I don't know anything to do. But hey, if you see the opportunity to do so, then good luck. Here are a couple of Jokers that synergize well with Canio. Number 1. Pareidolia. Every card is considered a face card. Enough said. Number 2. Trading card. You can almost always get 1 face card destroyed by using trading card per blind. Number 3. Erosion. You'll destroy a lot of face cards, so it's pretty good to have in early game, even potentially middle to late game Balatro. Number 4. Glass Joker. This Joker will also scale with Canio if you make a glass face card build. Alrighty, now that you're an educated Canio gamer, time for the lore. Oh yeah, he's not rude. Okay, so to explain Canio's lore, I have to take a different approach from the other legendary Jokers. Why? Because unlike the other Jokers where their lore is about the individual from some sort of play or as a real life person, Canio's lore is the literal goddamn whole play itself, which also means that this video will be a ton longer than the others. So to start, let's talk about Pagliacci. Pagliacci is an Italian play from 1892 which translates to clowns. How very fitting! In Pagliacci, Canio is the main actor and leader of Commedia dell'arte, a theatrical company where he murders his wife Neda and her lover Silvio on stage during a performance. So it's kinda like a play within a play. Unlike the other Jokers, Canio is a f***ing op bro. He's the gangsta of the group, as where the others died typically of natural causes, he was the one who did the unaliving. Oh yeah, before I do the explaining thing, I'm not gonna touch about the many actors and versions of Pagliacci and such, cause this is a lore video, not a theater history video. I will be summarizing and simplifying the Pagliacci acts to keep it, well, simple. Also, the whole video will be an hour long, if not more if I did all that. Anyways, Pagliacci has a prologue, a first act, and a second act. With that in mind, let's start at the prologue. Okay, actually, before getting into the story, I'll briefly summarize the actors and roles of Pagliacci to make it easier to understand for you guys. There's, of course, Canio, who's the Pierrot / Pagliaccio, the murderizer guy. There's Neda, who's the Colombina, the wife of Canio and the one anti-arring him with Silvio. Where did I hear that term from? I swear I remember something. Anyways, there's Tonio, who's Neda's servant, and finally Beppe or Pepe, whose role is Columbina's lover, aka our Lachino. No, not again. And there's Silvio, I guess, and some villager background characters. Also, because this is an opera thingy, everybody keeps singing throughout the play, which I will not do as I suck at it. Finally, let's go to the... Nothing much to say here. Just Tonio dressed as his Commedia dell'arte character saying "Se può? Signore, signori, un nido di memorie," while peeking outside the curtain. Basically, it's just him reminding the audience that the actors have feelings and the show's about real people. Then, he went back to the curtain and the show starts. The Scooby-Doo gang arrives in a village with Canio announcing tonight's performance as the troubles of Pagliacci. Neda then steps down from the Phantom Troop's cart and Canio cock-blocks Tonio from helping his wife getting down from the mystery bus. Then they go drinking with the villagers, but Tonio's gone. The villagers joke that he's going after Neda's bumhole, and Canio suddenly bumps up his aura and says that even though he plays the fool in the play, he won't forgive NTR. Then he kissed Neda to reassure everyone of his trust in her. Not gonna lie, this is starting to sound like a p***a. Then, Tonio confessed to Neda. He gets laughed at. He then becomes aggressive. To the point where Neda had to equip a whip to defend herself. To add insult to injury, after all that, Silvio was Neda's secret lover and convinces Neda to elope with him after the show. After that, Tonio snitched and told Canio. Jeez man, stories from the past are insane in plot twists. After some back and forth of Canio trying to reveal his wife's lover, Beppe comes in clutch and urges the two to prepare for the performance. Tonio suggests to Canio that while they're doing the play, he'll catch the one backshotting Neda. Canio, devastated, performs and sings Festi la Giuba, expressing his anguish for having to perform while heartbroken. This act, the play begins. I hope you remember the roles of the actors who's actually characters in the real-life play. My brain hurt. Everything starts with Neda warning Silvio while collecting money for the play. After that, the play starts with Columbina awaiting her lover Arlecchino, all while Pagliacci is gone until morning. He serenades her. Tedio comes back from the market to confess his love for her and gets laughed at. Women are evil, bro. Correction. Everybody in this fucking play is evil. Arlecchino gets in Columbia's room, boxes the shit out of Taddeo, and kicks him out of the room. They then hatch a plan together during dinner to drug Pagliacci when he returns and elope together after doing so. Arlecchino leaves throughout the window and Columbia/Neda adds salt to the wound to the now watching Canio with speaking the line, "I will always be yours." Pagliacci, or Canio at this point really, freaks the fuck out and breaks character after entering the scene and hearing that line. He sings, "No Pagliacci non son." The crowd applauds, thinking it's part of the play. Neda tries to stay in character and swore to never reveal her lover's name. The audience at this point is slowly realizing that this isn't acting, but it's too late. Silvio runs up to the stage trying to stop the madness, but Canio had already grabbed a knife nearby and stabbed Neda. As she screams for help, Silvio arrives on stage, tries to save Neda, but well, he got stabbed as well. It all ends with Canio saying the play's final line,
"La commedia è finita!"
And that's the story of Canio. Insane how this shit is almost twice as long as the last script, but yeah. I figure I wouldn't do his story justice if I just skimped out on the whole thing. But anyways, his Balatro ability of ×1 mult every face card killed is connected to the play because he killed his wife and lover on stage. Thanks for watching and I'll see you the next video on Red Guy. Bye bye.